your first time doing this. You've done the selection show dance, a number of times. But what is this like with this group? Obviously you've had some of these players for quite some time now. So what does it mean to go through it with this specific team?
Well, I'm certainly excited for them. They haven't had the experiences that I have, and hopefully I can assist them and bring some experiences. Yes, I need to go back in my closet and pull out those dancing shoes. They got a little dust on them, but they've been there. They've done that. It's an exciting time, and we just want to celebrate with them. They've earned this, and they've worked very hard. It started back in the summer. Actually, it started last year after the loss in the conference championship. So they've worked very hard. I'm just totally excited that they'll be on a national platform to honor God with their efforts, and they're excited for it. I'm excited for them. We'll help them as much as we can. The lights get a little bit brighter, but the game is still the same, and we'll be prepared against a very good team playing at home. So those are challenges as you get into this tournament. Nothing is easy at this point in time, and we know that. So my staff is a great staff. They've prepared our team throughout the summer, and we're playing our best basketball right now. So it's an exciting time for us.
Bella mentioned a little bit of familiarity with Kentucky because of playing Kenny Brooks and also Georgia Amore. Just maybe some early thoughts on the matchup.
Yeah, the style of play is probably very, very similar to Virginia Tech when they were there. You have a dominating point guard like Georgia is, a player that probably, unless there's an injury comes up, she'll be playing in the WNBA and be a very major contributor for whatever team she makes it. I mean, she's sort of all-star or all-American caliber player. So we were able to play them here a few years back and was successful. And Bella was part of that, going against a dominating post player, which Kentucky has as well. Still has that outside, inside. I think Georgia's definitely developed more. She's savvy. She was always savvy, but now she's got a little more maturity behind her, and she's very, very confident. She has a great future. So we've had those experiences against a team that was not the same team, but strategies are probably the same. And they've had a great season in the SEC. They were right at the top 2, 3, and then they had a brutal, I think, road ending. I think they had to go to South Carolina and a lot. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, so you got me on that one. But I think they've finished with a very tough ending of their schedule. I think a lot of it was on the road. So they were successful at home. That gives you a little more information and what they were doing. Having their success early in the season, it was the schedule was in their favor, and then it gets really difficult at the end. I may be wrong, but I'm just doing it off the top of my head.
I already asked you a little bit about this group specific, but the seniors, the time and investment that Bella Stewart has put into this program. To see her, have this opportunity to step on the big stage and represent Liberty, kind of how she has done for her entire career, but to be able to do it in the NCAA stage, what does it mean, as a coach, the amount of time you spent with her? I'm sure that means a lot to you.
Yeah, looking back and specifically with her, I mean, I would tell the whole team, first of all. We went to the Sweet 16 as a 13 seed. So you have to take care of business or you go home. Bella has came in and every year just got a little bit better. You go through the freshman stuff that you just don't know what's going on, and the adjustments that are away from home and classes and things like that. And she was very fortunate playing against Amaya Barkman, a teammate, every day, and it was a combination of Maya and Bella in our game against Virginia Tech, playing those two, and they were very physical, and they really played very well against Virginia Tech. Now, it's different now too, playing a different team, different personnel, but to see the development in Bella go from just understanding as a freshman and advancing to where she's at, maturing, that's a joy to see. That's what you want to see every player do. And sometimes it's overnight, sometimes, most of the time it's a process. And she stayed in the process, and we're certainly glad that she decided to come back and be part of this team and get a championship and be a leader, taking us to the NCAA. So I am glad for her to have these experiences here, and it's been a wish and a dream of hers, and she's going to experience that. And as a coach, that's all we want for them to be successful, is to grow, change, mature, develop character, and have a vision on eternal things, not just one win, or you live it and it's just about one win or a ring or something. She's all bought into relationships and experiences, and she's going to be a major contributor to, as she already has, to our success.
Coach, you touched on that Sweet 16 run 20 years ago.
Yep.
Katie led you there, and now she's on your staff. First of all, what kind of impact has she had on this current batch, and what would you hope your players now kind of glean and learn from, maybe that run that they had 20 years ago?
I think that you're bringing up something that I'm going to let her talk about it. I was here with her, and you know what? She went through similar situations. However, she was always in the NCAA, where Bella wasn't there. So the experiences are similar because they're unsatisfied. Bella stepped up. Now she's in the category of where Katie was, except for Katie, they were tired of losing in the first round. We always got a terrible seed, always playing somebody on the road. There was a 2, a 1, a 3 at their place. The format's changed, gives you a little more opportunity, a little more parity. However, we're playing Kentucky at Kentucky. That is the similar situation. So I think she can just talk about her experiences and how well focused that team was. They were very focused and very talented, and our team has to be focused. So I'll allow her to have her time while Coach just steps aside and let her talk about experiences that I'm looking at it a different way. She can really relate to them, so she will have her time. In fact, when it got down to that last region, I knew that they're not going to give us a 12 or a 11 or a 10 seed. Well, we already knew UConn was in there, and it was obvious at this point in time they sort of make things fit, and the fit was for Kentucky to get a bid for them to play at home, regardless if it's a 3 or whatever. They're going to make it fit. But the committee, I think they did a good job, and we're thrilled to be in the tournament. And I guess that's all I can say about that. You got another question or anything?
I'll just ask my last one. You have a couple local girls on your team, Emmy Stout, Avery Mills, who played LCA a year ago. They won a state championship there. They won in the postseason there. Does that help as a head coach to have girls, with the winning pedigree? They're coming on now. They're winning in college. Their first year. Does that help? Is that something that you recruit? Winners. I'm sure you like to have all winners, but is that something that you think about? Whenever your girls come into your program?
we feel like we do recruit winners that sometimes they don't know they're a winner because they could be the superstar on the team that there's nobody around. Those two played together. We're certainly glad to have two local state champions. You got Jordan Hodges, a state champion, two-time state champion, two-time most valuable player. So having that type of pedigree is always welcome. And you have a lot of times, this is just a development and a comment. It's hard to get a post player that is really polished and developed to come at a mid-major because everybody in the world's after them. So most of the time it's somebody that has got a lot of potential, like Katie Feenstra at that point in time, Michigan State, Notre Dame, UConn, Duke, they were recruiting her. She wanted a Christian environment, and some of them just kept dancing with her or pressuring her. Notre Dame did. They pressured her. She saw some things she didn't like. They just won a national championship. Liberty is the environment she wanted, and that's the reason when you win in the Sweet 16, they ask her the question that's pretty famous, why in the world did you go to Liberty? And she just said, why not Liberty? Look at us. And it was a home for her, and it's a home for her now. She met her husband here, and that's a little story. You guys might want to chase that story a little bit with her.
Give us all kinds of
Yeah, and I'm pass the ball to her. And with that, so back to your original question, it's great to have blue chippers, and but most of ours are blue collars and developing and skilled, and we have to sneak around and maybe find the unpolished gem, and we'll work hard, and they have a desire to be a champion, and we're in this situation here. I don't know if I answered your question, but oh man, to have state champions on your team, that high caliber, and they know how to win, and they're well coached. Heather Stevens locally, and she used to be on my coaching staff, was coaching there, and Larry Starr, great coach over in Richmond, Monacan, I think high school. He's not coaching there now, but he had some health issues and won a couple of state championships. Great coach, fundamental, and Jordan Hodges has been tutored by him, and he has some health issues. He steps away, and I think he's back with another school now. But of course, we won. My phone blew up, and there was a text from Larry Starr, and say, "Hey, thank you for investing in her. I'm reaping some benefits now of All-Star state champion, and it would be crazy not to get those type of players from our state." And I could name, I'm not going to do it, but I know 2 or 3 girls that are right now in the state. I've already offered. We want them here. We got to navigate through if it's a fit. We're unique. We think we've really got something that's bigger than basketball here. I know we do. But sometimes kids are chasing something else, and they have their own personal distractions and goals. And we got to get the right one, and I think we can build with that. And that's what this group is. They're the right fit. Paul was on the bus. It's out there, but what's unique is our environment, their one body, and the culture. We're on the bus after winning the championship, going to the airport to get on the plane, and they break out in praise music in the back of the bus. Not that we didn't have those type of players before, and not that their Jesus is bigger than the other Jesus because they're all the same and their Bible, whatever. No, they just have the Pandora and the connections and already the playlist on their phone. And my wife videoed it. I was singing and crying. Those girls were having a blast. Okay, they were having a blast, and that's what makes them so unique and different. So they're special. That's what I'm trying to say. They're special, and we keep our values and our focus in the right direction. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll compete for the right reason.